Alright, hello everyone, and welcome back to Chocchip Cryptic Crosswords for the last time in 2020. Welcome one and all. Yes, I'm starting a bit earlier. Hello Louise, welcome. Yes, I'm starting a bit earlier because I finished work early and I've got to get up early tomorrow and I wanted to stream. So I'm starting a bit earlier. I don't normally do this, but just this once. And hoping to finish in 2 hours-ish. So we'll do two, maybe three. Two, maybe three cryptics. We'll see how we go. So that's all good. Happy there. You are very done. Yes, agreed. I think we all want this year to end. And I considered streaming next week, but I do also want to take some time off. So, yes. You cracked it. Nice. I did not. I had to look it up, and wow, it's tough. I don't know. I guess it's a really long word, and the answer, the long word, I guess defines the fact that it's a ridiculous clue. It's very tough, though. Very tough to get. So if you want to share it in the chat, feel free. But yeah, very tough. Single letter clues, very brutal, I think. Yep. Wrong way around. I just think it's a very tough clue, period, right? So, anywho, welcome one and all. We'll wait a minute or so, and then we'll get Clue Conundrum 1 of 3. Yeah, sure. I definitely wouldn't have got it without that extra hint that my friend gave. Yeah, really tough. Really tough word. So for those of you who want to pause the VOD if you're watching later in the future, E13, have a go at that. It might take you a while. It's a very tough clue. But if you want to find out what the answer is, Louise is going to shout in the chat now while we wait for everyone to filter on in. Yep, that is the one. And I think the way it works, this is what I've worked out, is yes, you are definitely correct. That is correct. What I think is happening is this. Actually, it's more like something like that is how it kind of works, but to understand that, like, to get that is just brutally difficult. So if you can solve that, well done. Yeah. So I think that's what it's working. But like to come up with the word sense and then like to anagram 4 letters to remove, that's tough. So anyway, enough about that clue. Let's jump into Clue Conundrum, because that's a lot of fun always. So here we go. It is this one. All right. So we got 3. First one, of course, as always, nice and easy. So it is from the Cryptic Crossword app that I like frequenting on a regular basis. The man is back at London Gallery. Pause. Okay, so people from the UK, you might have a slight advantage here. If you know what the London Gallery is. That shall help you very much in this case. So I wonder where the definition is, obviously, first off. It's the first port of call always, to work out where that is. And then if you can work out the rest. So obviously the definition must be at the start or at the end. It's never in the middle. And well, is back sounds like a kind of direction to me. So probably the wordplay is here, and the definition is probably here. That's the first hint I'll give, and then see if you can get the rest. There's a few bits happening. See how you are going with this. Shout out your thoughts in the chat. I'll give it another minute or so, and then we'll reveal what's happening here. Okay. Wonder how we're getting on with this one. Did we get the answer being coming shortly? Correct. Definition is pause. You are half right with man is back. Back is certainly reversal, but not quite all of that. If you can get the London Gallery bit, that will help you. So there's probably 3 bits of wordplay instead of 2. So it's not the man is all reversed. Part of it is one thing and part of it is reversed. And then London Gallery is, say, the last 4 letters of the clue. Famous London Gallery. Even I've heard of this. I have no idea about art and stuff in general. It's just not my thing. Correct. That's at the end of the clue. Can you come up with an 8-letter word then? And while we let people pull that, I'm going to just duck off screen here for a sec. Where are they? I might enjoy one of these. So my boss gave me some lovely Christmas presents, and there's a lovely cookie. Nice Santa one, and just good measure. Also a reindeer one. So there you go. Haha, you got it. Well done. Yep. So the answer, of course, is hesitate, because it's the Tate Gallery, of course. The man is he. Is back is that way. See, and then Tate. Fantastic. All right, that's one done. We'll leave that for now. And let's get rid of that. Beautiful. And we'll get cracking on Saturday. No worries, Louise. Catch you shortly. Let's get stuck in straight away. Long one. One across. Opts to convert workplaces into mail centres. Yes. Got the first bit. Yes. Yep. I've got it now. Happy with this, and we're away. Very nice. A couple of things happening here. Rosanna, how are you? Yes, morning for you. It's evening for me, but in 1 hour and 46 minutes, it shall be morning. So this is a nice little clue to get us going. We've got sort of convert as an instruction and then into what makes the answer. So probably the word plays at the start and the answer's at the end, I'd say. Oh, well, thanks. I finished work earlier, so that's why I'm streaming a bit earlier tonight. And I wasn't sure if I was going to make it. I do have an early start tomorrow, so I was hoping to start a bit earlier because I do have to wake up quite early. And I did want to do one more stream. So this is my last one for this year, but I'll sort of let people know at the end what my plans are going forward. But yeah, it's my last Cryptic stream of the year, and my second last stream. I'll do one more tomorrow. Terraforming Mars. So here we've got ops to convert. So convert, change the letters. So we have post, and workplaces are obviously offices, and post offices are mail centers. So this is a nice start. We've got a lovely P here. Lighter coloured facial hair in Sicily. Question mark. Interesting. I have an idea. Yes, it is correct. I'm happy now. I've worked out the wordplay. I'm quite happy with this. Nice. A couple of thinky clues to start with. So lighter coloured. Let's say the first 5 letters. And facial hair is the last 2 letters. And it all means somewhere in Sicily. That's why it's a question mark. It's a place. So I'll give people another few seconds, and then we'll reveal the answer. So the answer, of course, here is Palermo, because paler is lighter coloured, and a mo, which is a moustache, is facial hair. And Palermo is in Sicily, the island of Sicily, in Italy. Let's try 2 down. Walter sat drifting, well, 9 letters drifting, anagram, screaming here, on the brine. This is obviously fine now, just based on the definition. So we'll just do all of that. So this is fine, not difficult. So as I said, we've got Walter sat, which is 9 letters, and drifting, so just things are just generally all over the place. And it's a 4-5, so it's 2 words. On the brine. If we think of brine, what do we think of? Not too difficult here, so another few seconds, and then of course the answer coming in 3, 2, 1 is of course salt water, because it's salt, it's brine. So that's pretty fine. Obvious, it's kept in poverty. Yep, happy with this. Kept in is all you need to know here. 10 seconds, and then a subtle hint will be coming, as I like to do. And the answer is very obvious. Ha ha. Ha ha. Bad joke. There it is. It's just there. Overt. It's just right inside the word poverty. And if it's overt, it's obvious. It's very plain and simple. What about this one? Sang rhythmically till Ed was disturbed. Yep, I'm happy with this as well, I think, just based on what letters we have. So again, disturbed. I mean, this is just another anagram, of course. Till Ed, 6 letters, looking suspiciously like the fodder here. And well, we just have an I, a T, and a D. And well, a D and a T is probably not going to fit well here. So it's either going to be lit-et or maybe lilted. That's a word that means to sing rhythmically. And this one. Skew a rat with a twist, ready for a barbecue. So we've got 8 letters there in skew a rat with a twist. Lots of anagrams early here. Ready, so the whole thing when changed makes a barbecue. I mean, it's going to be raw, and then based on the rest of the letters, I think this is fine. Am I happy with that? Yeah, I'm happy with that. So I'll just put in the other letter there. So not too difficult here. And if it's ready for a barbecue, of course it's raw. And, well, barbecue, think meat, so steak. That's the rest of the letters there. So anagram of skewer wrap. This is fine. What about this one? Curses as horses start in on oats. Okay, what's happening here? So H. Yes, this is fine. Yep, worked out what the wordplay is doing here. So that's the key square here. So horses start, that's one letter. That's going inside this word here. And the whole thing means a curse. Slightly unusual sort of definition of curse here. It's more like a promise, I think, is kind of how I would say this is. But of course, horse's start is the starting letter, so there must be H. And if it's going in oats, well, oats goes there to give oaths, like a pledge, like a Hippocratic oath, for example. Let's scoot up here. Tasting exteriors with sharp flavour. Yes, this is fine. So let's put that one, that's a G there. So exteriors, what's that doing here, I wonder? And then must mean sharp flavour. So I mean we've got exteriors, which must be sort of here as opposed to the interior of a word. So let's say if we take maybe these two letters and these two letters. That seems like a sharp flavour to me, a tang, like light and tangy chips, if that's a thing that you've heard of. One of my favourite chips, light and tangy. Oh yes. Okay. G here is interesting. Gold coin, greedy person used as victim in experiments. Yes. Well, victim in experiments, I think, is a simple enough definition here. So there we go. That's the first letters. And I'm going to open up a cookie here. I think I'll open up my lovely reindeer cookie. There we go. There we go. Fantastic. Let's see. Tastes biscuity. What a surprise. Yum. So of course here, helps if you know a gold coin is a guinea, and of course a greedy person is a pig, like going for seconds and thirds and being generally a bit of a slob. And guinea pig is a victim. This is something that we all know, I think. Boys and girls together use wrong code. Yep, this is fine. Not difficult here. So wrong, again, another anagram indicator, and code has 4 letters. We have a C there. This is looking promising. And if we have boys and girls together, I guess what's the context here? I would suggest maybe an educational context. quite good. It's nice when you get a really decent layer of icing there. Love it. Very good. So boys and girls together, meaning a co-ed school, co-educational. So it's co-ed, 2-2. Dogs slip up in layers of cake. Okay. What's the type of cake? This one, I might need some more letters here because unless it's anagram of layers of cake, but I'm not sure. But we've got slip up, so I think that's looking like a direction. So I reckon I'm going to come back to that and get some more letters. Where one's dumped on retiring piece before he accepts half trap. On retiring piece before he okay, so I know that the last four letters, what's there? Retiring piece. What's that first 5 letters? So I think the definition here must be where one's dumped. You've got before he, so retiring piece before he accepting half trap, which is either TR, which doesn't make a lot of sense, or maybe AP. So that's what I'm thinking. The question is, what's this 5-letter word if I'm on the right track? It's dumped. I'm not sure. I wonder if anyone in the chat has any thoughts on if I'm on the right track. Do you think there's something else going on here? Okay, maybe we'll just come back once we got more letters, perhaps. Proving a bit of a tricky corner. I might just leave what I have for now, unless there is something else that people think is happening. And maybe we'll move on to, say, 12 across. Scrap. Scrap heap definitely works. Let's try it. Yep, nicely done. Scrap is correct. So where one's dumped is a scrap heap. I think that's fine. Retiring piece being a scrap. I'm happy with the second half though, before he. So this business goes first, then he goes second, and half of trap is AP goes third. But retiring piece. Not sure how that works exactly. So happy for the chat to enlighten me there, but let's push on and see if we can get some more letters. Pat due to break news story. So this must be, what is it? It's not T or D. UAE. What's this thing? So this is definitely an anagram here, I'd say. But Pat due 6 letters to break, and the news story. So it must be. It starts with a vowel. I'm almost confident with that. Yes, it is. So, yeah, that's what it is now. Happy there. It's a nice clue. I think break here is a good word. Not only is it telling you what to do, so it's the wordplay director, it's also lovely surface reading because it's a broken news story is to do this. And of course, if you break a news story, I guess in a sense you're updating people on the happenings. So it's update, of course, which is pat due, just rearrange. So that's fine. We have an A at the end here. Some of that toothy enamel shows when such an animal laughs. This is completely fine. Some of. That's all we need to know. Give people about 10 seconds and then I'll give you a very subtle hint. So here's a subtle hint incoming. There it is. Hyena. It's just some letters of that, and it's an animal that laughs. Or however hyena laughs. So there you go. Just some of the letters of toothy enamel. And it's also nice surface reading because, you know, some of the teeth are shown when this animal laughs. So it's a very nice clue. Sheraton throws out roast chicken. Well, this is nice as well. This is very nice. So I've got a word Sheraton, which is a bit of an odd sort of word. So as soon as I look at the word Sheraton, I think, right, we're gonna have to do something to this word, most likely. And well, throws out. That sounds like a deletion indicator to me. And well, we've got roast, and gee, we've got the letters of roast right there, R-O-A-S-T. What's left? Hen, and hen's chicken. That is fine. Back in hiding, gets engrossed in personal savings. Yes, not difficult. So back in hiding. So there's two things happening there. And it means personal savings. So of course something's back, it must be the other way. And if it's in hiding, it must be just somewhere there. So once again, here's a subtle hint. Nest egg. There it is. It's going backwards because of back. N-E-S-T-E-G-G. Nest egg is all that personal savings. So let's finish this top half. We've got all the letters here, so we need to get this now. Dogs slip up in layers of cake. Okay. Layers of cake. Layers of cake. What are they? Tears? Yes, I reckon it is. Oh, nice. I've got this now. This is nice. Layers are tears. Yep. Layers are definitely tears. Not as in sort of thing. And once you know where the tiers are, T-I-E-R-S, you just need to three-letter word for slip up, as in to make a mistake, as in to err. And terriers are dogs. So nice, couple of nice clues there. We've got two lovely first letters, so let's go to the left. Lacking courage, unlike an echidna. Well, this is fine. Louise, welcome back. As you can see, we've solved the top half. And this is a fine start to come back to. Not difficult here. So a nice sort of double definition in a way. So lacking courage is what this word is. And, well, what does an echidna have? When you see an echidna, what do you think of generally? I think of spines. And if you're spineless, as in without spine, you have no courage. And now this one, I'm pressing modified. Well, modified, 9 letters. This is another anagram, for sure. Unwilling guests of Her Majesty. It's going to be... Oh, look. I think, there are... We've had a couple of, UK clues, like the Sporan one, which I just had no idea on. So, now we're even with that one. This one, I guess. All right, well, it's going to be S at the end, plural, right? So let's just put that there. It's going to be... Yeah, you don't say. Just in general, like, a lot of other weird stuff. There's a clue that was written by, he's known as DA, but David Astle, one of the really well-known popular setters, and writes some really difficult cryptics in Australia. And he had a really difficult clue I saw a while back on stream, which was this. Let's just see. And so have a go at that. If you're not from Australia, that's going to be tough. Because you've got to know a couple of things. You've got to know what NT stands for starters. So that might be a tough one to have a go at. I don't have the anagram here, meanwhile. So I'm going to get some more letters. Maybe it's a word I haven't heard of. Maybe it's a slightly tricky word. But let's get some more checking letters. Herd lion family snooped. Well, I think I have this. No, and see, it's amazing. Different abbreviations mean different things. And if I was doing a UK cryptic, I would not know what NT means, but now I do, so thank you. You've got this one? Or you got my one? I'd be impressed if you got my one. Yeah, I suspect as much. So here, herd, lion family, of course, is a pride, P-R-I-D-E, but snooped must be P-R... oh, no, it is actually... It is then I-D. It is... Oh, no, because it's I-E-D. Right. I thought it was P-R-Y-E-D, pride, for some reason. But pride as in snoop, to pry. Because it sounds like P-R-I-D-E, but it's actually P-R-I-E-D. So that's tricky. Just 2 letters different. Hello, Kieran. Welcome. Yes, neat clue, indeed. Down we go. Well, I've got it from just the first 2 letters, just rewards here. One who abandons arid wildernesses. Just rewards. What are just rewards? How does the wordplay work? One who abandons arid wildernesses. I guess it's just it's explaining the action, what this is, what you do if you abandon an arid wilderness. It's describing the type of geographical location. Arid wilderness must be a desert, of course. Oops, that's an S at the end there, of course. So deserts are arid wildernesses, and just rewards are just deserts. So nice little double clue there. Yeah, and I think in fact it's deserts, but one who abandons, so it must be get rid of one S to mean deserts. I think that's what's happening there. Okay. Soon wedged inside bass instruments. Well, oh yeah, this is fine. Go. More cookie time. That was a good decision to have a cookie, boy. So we've got soon wedged inside bass. Soon bass. So that's where, hang on, no. That's where bass goes. And you put soon inside, you get bassoons, which are of course musical instruments. And also they are kind of bass instruments, that's kind of nice. Okay, we're starting to get some letters here, but I'm going to keep pushing on to get some more. The kind of change that involves no notes. Involves no notes. No notes, no notes. I have an idea, I'm not convinced. I have an idea, but I think I want to see if I get some more letters. Well, this is obviously double definition. It's a very short clue. Rush job. So it's going to be a word for rush and a word for job. Okay. Okay, so now my answers. I reckon I have this, and it's an A there. Interesting. So you probably get this from job, I think. To get it from rush is difficult. Is notes a musical thing, or am I still stuck thinking of bassoons? Well, I thought the answer might be stone, but it's not there. So if it involves no notes, it involves coins. I was thinking like exact or precise. But we can still get a letter from 29 across. So here, if you've got the answer, shout out in the chat what it is. I'm happy I've got it as career, because a career is a job, what you're paid to do on a daily basis, and to career as is to rush. I don't have it, but I'm going to try and get this one to see if that helps. Lists epic as adapted. Well, adapted is all I'm looking at here. For experts in the field. It's a long anagram. Got 11 letters in lists epic as. And got all the S's there. Yes, that must be that. Right, so that's an L. And that's an E. So there's your 11 letters and adapted. So I need to just change it around. And the whole thing means experts in the field. If you're an expert, you are this. How have I got 24 across down in the meantime? Excuse me. You've got it? Good. I'm working on it. So here the answer is specialists. Okay, so specialist is an expert. It's just an anagram of list epic as, so that's fine. Here, now, let's see. Kind of change. So it's going to be like a type of change. Is it a money change? Is it a career change? No notes. Involves no notes. What could notes be? Notes could be money. Notes could be like summaries. Notes could be musical. It's a money change. Okay. Guess how many 5-letter words can I come up with? Coins, yeah. I mean, there's a couple of words that can fit. No notes. If it's a type of currency, I might be in trouble here. Well, I've heard of this type of currency if it's a currency type situation. Store? Sure. Scale doesn't quite work. That one I may not be able to get. There's also this one here as well, which we've got a lot of letters here. RNS. 2 R's, N and S. 2 R's, N and S. Well, that's an R for sure. Ah, yeah, so now it's prisoners. Yeah. Unwilling guests of Her Majesty. Her Majesty being like the Queen, but in reference to prisons. You know, Her Majesty's prison of, etc. So unwilling guest, prisoners. So anagram of iron press. Nice. Okay. Happy for a strong hint on this one, or maybe a next letter. I don't know, is this a word I'm going to know or not? So while people think about how to help me there, I'm going to scoot across. Not a specific currency, okay? I reckon I have this just based on the wordplay. Not sure it's a word I've heard of, but I'm happy enough with this. Nope, still not sure on this. Happy for maybe a letter here, perhaps. This one here, whales are robust at heart, so I reckon it's hail. Yeah, it's just the heart of whales is hail. So that must mean to be robust, to be strong, perhaps? Not sure. What about this one? Yes, this is fine. Hale and hearty, okay. There you go. Tomo, welcome. No. You're just really late. No, I did start early, about 1 hour ago, or just under, because I finished work early and I have to get up early tomorrow. So I thought I'd start streaming a bit earlier, but welcome. Yeah, Hale and hearty. So both of you, Louise and Rosanna, have said that phrase there. I've not heard of that. But anyway, this one is fine. And so Ray comes back. And end of June. Well, end of June must be the E. And it's about. So there's Ray coming back. So it's going the other way because it's a down clue. And then around the E to be a period of 12 months, which is a year. You have an M in 24. Is it small? It is small change. Okay. I did need the extra letter though. But that's nice. Small change, as in coins. Yeah, so it's just, you got to think a bit differently. Like, how else can you talk about coins? Small. Nice. So, well done in the chat. Okay. One and all in party to some degree. Yep, well done. So, well, let's see. Hang on a second. So, we most literal stuff. So my thoughts currently are this. One could be I. On the right track, yep. Now I'm thinking that it goes, yes, it goes there, doesn't it? Yep, definitely goes there because it's partially. So the party is just there, and one being I, as in just one, looks like number one, and all, so there's one and all, in the word party. And to some degree meaning partially. Very good. Okay, fish praying in river and neatly hiding acronym. Nice. Nice. Acronym is the key word here. It's all you need. It's all you need here. Yep. I concur. So acronym, take the first letters. Here we go. P-I-R-A-N-H-A. Piranha. And of course it's a fish preying the river. Piranha's a really vicious sort of predatory fish. Okay, short one. Well, this is fine really. 10 seconds or maybe even less here. Backward era. Quite simple what you're doing there. And if you exist, you literally are. It's just era going backwards. So that's pretty straightforward there. This one, prefer some sprat herring, I should say. Okay, not difficult. And there's an R. So 22 down. So not difficult, those two clues. And then 26 across. Yeah. So I'm happy with the last three here. Got them all now. So 20 seconds and then we'll start going through them. So prefer some is the key word there. 22 down. Using. And then 26 in hindsight is the key word. So if you prefer some, it's just some letters. Here's a subtle hint. Rather. I should say. I'd rather agree. So that's fine. Using. And there it is. Once again, it's just hidden. Subtle hint. Terse. It's just terse as a summary. And this one, hindsight. So hindsight, you think, okay, we're going backwards, we're remembering. Hindsight's always 20/20, so we're going backwards. Once again, we're going this way. Subtle hint, this is where it starts. Backwards from here. Norseman's a Viking. And we're done. Fantastic. Let's just recap those very quickly. Some, there we go, some letters, rather, just there. Using, again, it's just using the letters, it's just there. And hindsight, so it's in, names are on, but it's hindsight to go this way. So 3 hidden clues, one with a reversal to end. Super. Not difficult there to end. Alright, so let us get Clue Conundrum number 2 happening. Here we go. Alright, so a bit of a festive sort of clue. Bit harder. I've made this one a few weeks back. And it reads, festive Christian season celebrating Jesus' nativity takes 10 plus 2i days according to the Romans. 6429. So it's a bit harder here, but you shouldn't have too much difficulty working out what the definition probably is. And what the wordplay probably is. According to the Romans. Romans are very popular people. Especially in Cryptic Crosswords. And to be fair, I think I think everyone's working it out. I've probably only given wordplay for half of the sort of clue. I could have probably added something at the end like of, and the festive period to describe it, but really, if I give you the first bit and then, well, festive Christian season, I mean, it's thematic. I mean, why else would I be doing this clue at this time of year sort of thing? You can sort of get the rest, I think. And also keep in mind that, in a bigger context, you'd have crosses, lots of checking letters here, especially for 6429 is quite a long clue to fit in. So would you be able to fit that in a normal crossword? You'd have to use multiple clues, like 1 and 2 across or something. So here, of course, it's just 12 days of Christmas because it's 10 plus 2i, according to the Romans. So I is just like that. And if there's 2 of them, it's like 10, which is x, plus 2. It's xii. And once you get 12, and then festive Christian season, days of Christmas should just come naturally, I think. So I suppose that's why it's a bit harder, and I probably could have given you a bit more wordplay there, but I think that's okay. So a long clue, but yeah, it's a longish answer. So okay, let's get rid of that one, and let's get stuck into Sunday in just a moment. All right, here we go. Sunday time. Prevent ruler from yapping. How mad is that? How mad is that? Exclamation mark. Okay. Okay. Ruler is a king. Yapping is talking. Mad is ludicrous. How mad is that? Yapping is talking, silencing. Tricky one to start. I don't really have this. But I do have this one. I do have this one. And I'm not going to read the clue. So that should give it away. Okay. So, heard. What's the key? A couple of words here. Well, I encourage you just to read, say, maybe these two words a bit differently, shall we say. And if something is split into small pieces, well, how about we say break up? Break up. So that's fine. Let's see if we can get maybe this one. We've got an E. Yep, it's fine. E definitely helps here. Radical part of context remembered. So if it's part of, well, it must just be somewhere there, part of the next bit of letters. So I wonder if you can see where it would start. There's a few E's, but really the only one that makes sense is this one here. So if you go from there, extreme is radical. What about this one with a K? Okay, I'm also not going to read this one. Definition is souvenirs of holiday. And, well, audible. A few more moments to have a think on this one, and then we'll go ahead and just read the clue a bit differently. This is how sound alike clues often work. So, of course, if you have souvenirs of holiday that keepsakes, they must be keepsakes. So there's an argument there to maybe make that a 4-5, but that's probably okay. And this one, provided with accommodation either from left or right. Well, oh yes, nice. Yep, very nice. Very nice. So left or right doesn't mean L or R. It means something different. And so we're talking about direction here. Yep. And of course the answer is put up, because if you read put up from left, you get put up. But if you read it from right, you also get put up. So it's just reads the same back and forward, so it's a palindrome. So you might say things like revolution or spin or, you know, that sort of thing to indicate a palindrome. The answer reads same backwards and forwards. Like rota is a very popular palindrome to use in cryptics. All right, we've got some letters here. Move back to hideaway home. Yep. Back to hideaway home. Oh yes, nice. That's a nice double clue. Iron R in palindrome 1 inch. Yep. So see if that helps you now. So if you move back, you're doing this, and a hideaway home is also this. And without that first letter, it can be tricky, but it's amazing how often that first letter just helps. You can get it from the other letters, clearly, as I did, but if you have that first letter, I'm sure that helps you now, because of course the answer is retreat, because if you move back, you retreat, like an army retreating in battle, and a hideaway home is a retreat. Just a double clue. Creative thoughts in the Mid-East. Well, this is fine as well. Okay, so we're working on one across all the time. And now I have one across with that I. So I can tell you this one starts with a G. So, creative thoughts in the Mid-East, in. So here we go, subtle hint. I love doing subtle hints. Here we go. It's just right there. It's just in the Mid-East. And creative thoughts are ideas. And now this one. So now we have a few letters here. So prevent is the first 3 letters. And ruler is the next 4. And I did say what the ruler was earlier. I wonder if you're paying attention. And then those 2 words together mean yapping. And then the word actually means a degree of madness. But exclamation mark. So nice clue. Once you understand how it works, a very nice clue. Definitely tricky to solve without extra letters, but with a few extra letters, certainly nice. And of course, if you prevent something, you bar it, you ban it. And a ruler, which I said before, was a king. And barking is yapping, like a dog or someone that talks. Yap, 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 they're barking. And they're barking mad, like crazy mad. So very nice, like it a lot. I have the first word here. Piece of land in Ionian Sea, for instance, like surge that's restyled. And then I have the next word just based on the remaining letters. There we go. It's amazing that G has really helped me there. I was struggling with this one. And then the G just makes it so much easier. Even if you don't know where the Ionian Sea is, with the G, that gives you an idea of where about in the world we are. I would suggest, let's say, Europe. Europe's pretty reasonable. And, well, restyled. We have 9 letters in like Surge. So that's looking promising for an anagram. And it all means piece of land in the Ionian Sea, for instance. It's one spot we can find an example of this type of country's combination, well, country's sort of geography. So of course the answer is Greek Isle. It's just an anagram of like Surge, and in the Ionian Sea, it's in Greece or near Greece. And I just got that from the letters of like Surge. I'm like, G, E, and K. There's an R there. Greek's probably reasonable. And the rest fits into place. Entire income is repellently large. Entire income, repellently large. Okay. Entire is all. Income is money, is wages. I think an extra couple letters here would help. Don't really want to get stuck on this one, so let's move across. Yep. Well, it starts with a G, I can tell you that, because I do have 5 across. Name tag returned. That's all you need to know for that one. Tendinate barrier. Yeah, the repellently word. Repellently large. Oh, yes. Now I do have the answer based on the G. So to answer your question there, Kieran, I guess it's just like a, is it a comparative or a superlative? Like it's, I guess it's just emphasizing the magnitude or the degree of large, I suppose. I don't think I've actually seen that word. Like that sort of form of the word. I mean, repel is obviously a word that we all know. But it's a double clue with that one. This one though, name tag return. Well, here we go. It's just right there. Gateman. It's just going the other way. And it's an attendant and a barrier. And so this one is just a double clue. You need to get a word for entire income. As in, say you go to work and what's all your money, say before tax, which is your gross income, as opposed to net after tax. And if it's repellently large, it's gross, it's massive, it's humongous. So it's just sort of describing the magnitude of the largeness, I suppose. What about this one? 232. Continually threw together Duck, Nan, and Little Donald. Yes. Oh, yes. Yeah. Working out where the letters come from, but yeah. Happy with this? Yep. And so you know what duck means, and duck is of course our lovely cricket reference. Love the cricket reference, and I'm enjoying the cricket at the moment. Australia's playing India. Let's see what Australia made, because they were really behind. India was about 90 runs ahead. Cricket. Oh, we made 191. So India's 1 for 9. Oh, early wicket. India lead by 62 runs at stumps on day 2. So duck is O, as in a love score in cricket, 0 runs. And if you have together, you have duck, which is O, Nan, and little Donald, which is Don. You're left with on and on, which is continually. So there you go. O, love, cricket. File that away. That's a nice cryptic sort of thing to know. Well, brand new anagram of Team Andre. 5-4. So it must be. Oh, yes. Wow, lots of vowels there that are probably not helpful, but let's see. Question mark. And my hint for this one would be the question mark is because brand is used in 2 ways here. Brand is the definition, but it's also part of brand new, which is, well, anagramming Team Andre. And if it's a 5-4, we're talking about brands, we're talking about trade names, of course. It's just an anagram of Team Andre because of the word new. That means a brand. Okay. Try to reconcile differences between the press and half term. Yeah, 6 here was a bit tough. 6 down, yep. That's why it has a question mark, yep. Try to reconcile differences. Oh, yes. Yep. Happy with this? Happy with this? Again, more vowels. So definition here is try to reconcile differences. So the context here is, say, divorce. And what are the ways you may be able to sort out who gets what? And you can go to court, you can go to arbitration, or perhaps you can go to mediation. Because the answer is mediate, because of course media is the press, and half of term is TE. So mediate is an attempt to reconcile differences. You're trying to get an impartial person to mediate. Okay. Well, violently, straight away, I'm thinking anagram here. Loops none. No, in France, additional sign will put you off. Okay. In France, boy. What is happening here? Aha! Yeah. Yeah. Okay, nice. Interesting. Bit happening here. Bit to think about. Bit happening here. So, violently loops or lops none. So there's your 7 letters. You can anagram that. But also you can just get it from the rest. So no in France is non. An additional sign, well, if we're talking about maths, what's an add sign? What's that operation called? Well, BODMAS, brackets of division, multiplication, addition, plus And nonplus, just to put you off. It'll be nonplussed. This one I reckon just is equal based on the letters, but let's have a look. No, it's not. Initial letters is all you need here. 10 seconds and we'll move right along here. Not difficult at all. We've seen this before. So initial letters, of course, we're taking number 1. So here we go, E-M-A-I-L. And email is electronic message. Straightforward there. What about this one? Party decorations look a little lackluster. Merseyside added. Do I need 16 down here? A little lackluster. Party decorations. Party decorations. Merseysider. Is that a more British thing, I wonder? I'm not sure. So I'm going to try and get 16 down. Maybe that will help me. Limit beer. There's a logical explanation. Limit beer. Logical explanation. Didn't help you at all. Okay. Oh, no. Yep, you don't need to know that. I've now got it. Yep. A little. That's the key part here. So definition is party decorations. I think that is not difficult to work out. Look a little. So here we go. A little. There it is. A little part of lackluster Merseyside. Streamers. It's just in the word. Okay. So we've got an R here now. Well, let me think here. How many letters is that? That's 10 letters. So I reckon it's ale at the end. Oh, yes. Yep. I thought it was reasonable. It's not. It's ale at the end. Ale is beer. This is a cryptic thing that I picked up. Nice, Tomo. Well done. So the question mark there is because you need to sort of think of a word for limit. Let's say that's the first 6 letters. And then, well, beer is ale, which we already have. And if it's logical, it means this. And so think of words for limit. So you've got now restrict, curtail, but think more along the lines of World War II and supplies. Something's in short supply, you of course have to ration it. So rationale is a logical explanation, there's a reason. And I actually had reasonable, so sort of I was thinking along the right lines but didn't quite have the right word. Well, an E here. Yep, this is fine. Not difficult here. So regret losing head. So head, of course, must be first letter. And is there a 6-letter word there where we can take the first letter off and we start with an E? Yep, that's the word. And egret is a heron. Okay. Winding or winding in fish, that's staggering. Okay, it's going to be, we're going to need types of fish, aren't we? Oh, how many different types of fish do we know? Let's see. Short fish, like cod. Staggering. Outrageous. Ludicrous. Crazy. More letters, I think, then. Battled with change of leader, but spilt the beans. Well, I reckon I have this just based on the fact that we have the first letter. So battled, but change of leader. So change of first letter, which we have right there. So I think it's just battled, but replace it with something else. And, well, tattled works. Tattled is spilt. It's broken. And we now have A. When C's have gone, can't chill, mound of earth. Yep. Happy with this? We've seen this type of thing happen before. So C's is the key word here. And in fact, it's not even really a word, is it? Because of course it's just that letter, isn't it? Because if we get rid of the C's, i.e. this one and this one, there's a 7-letter word, which means a mound of earth, an anthill. What about this one then? Yep, also fine. Furious that grenade exploded, so exploded must be an anagram. Double definition, okay. I'll have a look in a sec. Well, there's a G for that. I reckon I've got half a 20 down. I reckon I got the type of fish. Oops, hello there. That's not going to work. That's what I reckon is happening there. Part of it. So here we, of course, exploded, grenade. So there's your 7 letters. Explode, change things around. And if you're furious, you're enraged. So this is fine. We'll just quickly do 24 down before we try 20 down again. Go into 50% of enterprise. Yeah, so this must be that. Oh, yeah. Happy with that. No worries, Louise. Thanks for joining all the previous streams and for this one. Merry Christmas and a happy and safe New Year to you and your family. And I'll see you next year. Hooroo. So go is literally the definition. It's just go. And 50%, well, 50% is half. And, well, half of enterprise is also a word meaning go, to enter. Now this one here, I reckon it's a ling. And is it rolling? No, is it railing? I'm just trying a few different options. I'm not sure it's a ling now. Maybe I need to get 23 across as well. Let's see if that helps me. Redistribution, vote loser, 2 US presidents. Well, let's see. What US presidents do we know? It is a link, fine. Yep. No, that seemed to fit for me. So I reckon if I get this, I reckon I've got it, because that gives me another letter. So redistribution, and we've got 9 letters in vote loser, so it's looking like a good anagram. 2 US presidents. We need to find... Ah, yeah, nice. It's an anagram, yeah. Yep. Don't worry, I'm sure that Louise will watch the VOD and she'll appreciate all the lovely anagrams here. 2 US presidents. So initially I thought we'd have to find 2 different US presidents, but of course it's one surname that gives you 2 US presidents. I.e., 2 US presidents had this surname. So there's an E. Ah, now I do have 20 down. It's of course reeling, isn't it? Because it's eel and ring is winding, like to ring it up. Is that what that's talking about? That's staggering, that's reeling sort of thing, I think is what's happening there. But I do have also this one. So this one, of course, is referring to the 2 Roosevelts, which is FDR, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, and Teddy Roosevelt. And it's just an anagram of vote loser because of redistribution. So we have an R here. You reel in a fish. So the act is reeling. Staggering is reeling. Yep, like you're reeling in sort of horror. Yep, staggering. Yep, yeah, that's probably fine. I'm happy more with that. Yep. First of all, this is fine, just based on first of all. Not difficult at all. So working our way over to the left corner now. So if it's first of all, must just be the first letters. There and there, and there, there, and there. That means the word cis. Wrote it. What about this one? Neatly arranged, it allowed somehow. So it's going to be 4-3. 3. What's the 3? Yes. Yep. There we go. So we have somehow, so letters are somehow there. And well, it allowed 7 letters. Another anagram. It's looking good. And it means neatly arranged. And I mean, it's a 4-3, so if you can get the 3-letter word, which of course is out, then with L-A-I-N-D, it must be just that order of letters to mean laid out. So if it's laid out, it's neatly arranged. 27 across. Made announcement, not in action. Made announcement, not in action. Not in action. Okay, so if, okay, so this, if you're not in action, you're static, you're still, you're motionless, you're frozen. Made. More letters, I think, there. Try this one. Yep, happy with this. Okay. So this is going to be a D now. So Geldof has briefly guided Snow Racer. So, well, Geldof, that's a famous surname. So maybe that's the first, say, 3 letters. Maybe there's a first name with 3 letters. And has briefly. Maybe that's the next letter. And the 3-letter word for guided. And it means a snow racer. So I'm sure we all know a famous Bob Geldof. And slightly tricky, the next bit, has briefly is just 1 letter, which is S. So just briefly part of has. And if you're guiding someone, if you've guided them, you've led them to victory or to find the place. And a bobsled is a snow racer. Slightly tricky there. We have a B here now. Yep. Happy with this. Spoonerism. Not difficult at all. So remember, if you haven't seen a spoonerism before, we're just taking the first syllables of 2 words and we're just switching them up. Mental Playground, welcome. Thanks for the follow. How you going? Been enjoying your streams. And as you can probably see here, these are nowhere near as difficult as some of the ones that you do, I would say. And if you stick around for the end of this cryptic here, I've got a clue conundrum, and you'll recognise the last clue, I'm sure. Glad you're doing well. What time is it now in your part of the world? It's what? It must be something like midday, something like that. Yeah, 12:38. Yep. So you'll recognise the my last clue. I do 3 clue conundrums. So spoonerism here. So if we've got nerds best and we just do a switcheroonie, what about bird's nest? That seems pretty good to me as a avian home. We have a bee here. She kills vampires like an enthusiast. Got a word, but I want to get confirmation, so I'm going to go down here. When in neck frill, Fleming becomes a yobbo. So, well, well, hang on a second. Well, I've got that part. I know that bit. You've got 22 across. Nice. When in neck frill, Fleming becomes a yobbo. So this first bit becomes the answer. So Ian Fleming, James Bond, I'm happy with that part of it. And I reckon I've got the first bit, which must be rough. Yep, ruffle feathers sort of business, I think. So ruffian, become a yobbo. What about this one? Avoid being committed to poor. Avoid being committed to poor. Poor is a print. Void. Okay, let's see. Does this help? Ah, yes. Now I do have this. Certainly helps. The F. Rough is an old Elizabethan accessory. See, this is the sort of stuff that I need to start learning and knowing. 6 months of cryptics, or maybe 7 or 8 months now. I need to expand my vocabulary. Of course, this is Buffy the Vampire Slayer. That's what that's referring to. Sarah Michelle Gellar. And Buffy kills vampires. Does that help me here? He something is something Y. Oh. Well, it's surely a vowel. Right? Being committed to poor. Or can we get this one? We've got these two left. Made announcement, so it's... Well, is it just... Oh, interesting. Is it maybe that instead? Action. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Yeah. So that's what it is. Yeah. So the word. So it's not in. So not inside. And then, well, what's an action? Action is a deed. So it's denoted. To make an announcement. And so this one, therefore, must be committed to poor. Avoid. Ignore. So what are likely candidates? This one's nice. Yeah, I'm just see if I can work out if I can just guess some letters here. Oh, where's a print? Oh, aha. Yes. Uncommon word. I believe now it's pussyfoot, isn't it? Okay. So, avoid being committed to paw. Paw meaning like a paw print, like an animal paw. And if you pussyfoot, you beat around the bush. You're not being straight or direct. You're avoiding being committed to things. Nice. Alrighty, that's 2. Super. So let's do this. Alright, and of course we're going to bring this up. Yep, so that was that one. Okay, so Mental Playground, if you're in the chat, you'll notice this clue. You've solved this one before on your stream, and I liked it a lot. Bit tricky, that's why it's in the tough category. Now, this is a clue created by Go Away I'm Sleeping, who's one of the many setters in the UK. And the clue is, well, spirits cold in several directions. This is a toughie. This is very tricky. Have a think what could be going on here. Boy. So it's not a particularly long clue, but it is longer than, say, 2 or 3 words, so it's not going to be a double definition most probably. Double clues are mostly 2 or 3 words, usually. And so, in directions, think about that. And it's plural too, so that's important. And yeah, this is particularly tough to cold solve. I think even MP needed a couple of crosses before worked out what it is. And the chat on stream, I remember watching that stream. It was they were thinking, oh dear. It's quite funny. You did, yeah, at least 1 or 2, right? So spirits cold in several directions. So cold in. So there's part of what's happening, and then several directions. So hopefully you worked out this point definition is definitely this end. So spirit. It's particularly tricky. This is not a word that is commonly used for spirit. Tricky just to cold solve. How's everyone else going in the chat? Have you got some ideas on what's happening here? Any ideas at all? Not a clue. Yep, that's why it's toughy. It's in red. It's the last clue. So we've got cold in several directions. So and if in doubt, well, you know, what could be a word? What could be a thing for cold? I mean, let's say it's one letter. Let's say it's just that. But that alone will not probably help you that much. The directions, which is really tricky. But it's several directions. This is the thing. So of course you have to know what directions are here. So we've seen this before with our complete down, right, southeast depressed clue from last week, where southeast was a compass point down and right. So I'll give people a few more moments here. If you've got any other ideas, shout them out in the chat in the next little bit. Otherwise, I'm going to then scroll down and enlighten you all. And you're going to say it's a mean clue. And well, yeah, it's tough. That's why it's in this category. And you know, all those clues, I mean, take them in context, because you know you don't have to cold solve every single clue, and in fact, a lot of clues you don't. You get some help from crossing letters. So I'll give people maybe another 15 seconds or so, and then I'll scroll down. So here we go. This is what the answer is. Essence, because we've got several compass points, don't we? East, south, south or southeast, and north or northeast. And cold, which is C, just goes inside, so it's just contained in. So, you know, how many is several? I mean, you've got 4 or maybe 6, that's why I put it in parentheses. So essence is the spirit, is the essence of something. It's the embodiment. So several directions, that is very tough. Yep, I like it. So directions, compass points, this is a thing you just have to know. You have to just start thinking of cardinal directions and points. But yeah, very tough to just randomly come up with these, I think. Alright. So let's get rid of that. That one's done. I'm going to try and power on and get one more done here. I might move a little bit quicker. And we'll see how we go for Monday. So last one. Wrapped about the drill. Okay. Wrapped about the, so I'm thinking like a 5 drill. Wrapped is like excited. Drill is training. I'm not getting it straight away. Although there is 8 letters here. Can we get an anagram here? Yep, that's what I'm thinking now. Because of about, I've got 8 letters here. Oh yes, Nice. I do have it. And we're away. Beautiful. And this is the beauty of words like about. They can mean so many things. About could be this word or letters about this. Could be about anagram, and it's the second one here. If you're rapt about something, you're excited, you're over the moon, you're ecstatic, you are thrilled. All right, we're away. Investigate exit lane when shopping. Yes. Fine. I won't give you that one, I'll give you that one instead. Okay, 5-3. So double clue here. So this phrase means investigate and also means exit lane when shopping. So if you're investigating something, you're just checking it out. And a checkout is when you go shopping, you pay for your groceries. Okay, indication of what to do on dotted line. This is nice. I like this. This is more just like a, not really even a cryptic definition, it's just a simple definition of what's going on here. This is all something I'm sure we've done in our lives. And involves pen and paper. And what do you do on the dotted line? Well, you sign your life away. Just signing your signature. Run eyes over Scandinavian extremities. Yep, fine, happy with this. So extremities here is what you need to look at. That will give you the instruction. And if you're running your eyes over something, well, here's where the extremities are. That one, and maybe say this one. Just the very extremes. You're scanning. Thin slice of southern offal. So it is going to be, so where, now S is southern, where is it going to go? Is it going to go at the start? Or at the end? I'm going to try here first. Does that help me? I reckon I've got it now. Have I got it? If I have it, I think that's a C. Do people agree? You reckon I've not got it? Okay. Then I will leave it for now. The S could go here or it could be at the start. It might be at the start. Let's try this one. Lethargy leads to half measures for Dr. Porter. Yes. Yep, this is fine. So it's an R here. Okay, so I reckon the S goes here. So lethargy leads to, well, we've got the answer in the rest of the clue. Half measures. So if we say a word like half, we're just taking half letters. And, well, how about this half of Dr. Porter? That seems pretty good to me. For lethargy, torpor. Bit of a tricky word, but again, this is what cryptic is good for, just expanding your vocabulary. Let's see if we can cold solve this one. I watch a very strange sparkling drink. watch. Very strange. So it's going to be... What's the last letters? I mean, it must be... Surely it's water, right? Water's there. I watch a very 10 letters. Strange. Anagram. So I like water for sure. I mean, what's left then? CHVYI. Wow. So let's see. Those are the letters, right? So it must be... Wow. Sparkling drink. I don't know. I haven't got the foggiest on that first word. Letter starts with water. Something water seems better to me. Yeah, I think this is something that we haven't heard of. Let's see if we can confirm where the water goes at the end by getting this one. Head Duke 8 speech. That'll teach him a lesson. Okay, yeah, so, alright, so I'm happy where water is there. Okay. So process of elimination, we can work out where the remaining letters go by getting the crossing clues. So speech, that means this business is happening. And if we just read it slightly differently, how about educate? Educate. And that's all about teaching people a lesson. And what about this one? Spooner may claw broadsword. Well, I reckon I have this. Broadsword, interesting. Is that a word to describe this type of device? So there's a Y. You forgot you had 3 down. I'm hoping that I can work on some of these letters. Yeah, explosive is where I got it from. Yes. Yeah. And I'll thank Call of Duty Zombies for that, because I played plenty of that in my time. So type of explosive. And I guess it's a type of broadsword, as Tomo points out in the chat. So here, spinnerism, we're just going to change this CL here and then the M over here. So we get Claymore, which is a type explosive. So this one we have HIV. HIV. I mean, okay, right, that's a thing. Vichy water. Okay. The more you know. The more you know. Oh yeah, right. So now I've got this, of course. Offal is liver, isn't it? It's a part of like a delicacy. It's like an internal organ. So S was at the start, and then liver, or a thin slice being a sliver. Okay. It's amazing what happens when you can get crossing letters and helps you out. What about this one? Obstructed, though I'm acceptable. So this is definitely a tougher grid than the first two. Though I'm acceptable. Obstructed is blocked. Acceptable. Reasonable. Passable. May need some more letters there as well. Okay, this is fine. So it's an S for 6 down, and an R at the end of 7 down. So some. So here we go. Subtle hint. There it is. Trousers. Jeans or jumpers. They are pants, trousers. Okay, what about this one? Yep. It's also fine. In Central Manila mentioned complaint. So in, that's all you need to know, just look inside. The answer might just be staring in the face. So in Central, here it is, lament. Lament is a complaint. Most of endeavour has cause to be loved. Yep. Also fine. I've got every other letter there, so this is not difficult with the extra letters. So if it's most of, that's the direction there. And well, we have a 9-letter word, but a 6-letter answer. So I wonder what part of endeavour maybe we need to take, which causes something or someone to be loved. And I'd encourage you to maybe take the first bit here and then maybe this letter. And you get India. Let's try this one. Rox Flintstone's daughter. Well, this is a double clue, of course. Do you know your Flintstones, I wonder? It's a show that I watched a lot of growing up, so this is okay for me. So you've got Fred Flintstone, and you've got Wilma, and of course their daughter starts with P. It's coming back to you? Yes. And also is a word meaning rocks. Yabba dabba doo. Pebbles. Of course, Pebbles are rocks, and Pebbles is the Flintstones' daughter. Well, let's see if we can get all the letters checking once for 6 down. Audition, keep in down in one place. Well, I reckon this is fine. And now I do have 6 down. So 6 down is tough to cold salt, but with all those letters, certainly very doable. Okay, so when you see audition, you've got to think about this first up. It's always the first thing I think about, and it is a homophone here. So if we say keep in, something's down in one place, keep in, you keep it in one place. And this one now is actually very lovely, because the answer is the word meaning obstructed. But of course, if you're acceptable, you are passable. So I can It's okay, it's passable, and impassable is obstructed, an impasse. So tough, it's 10 letters. That's a bit of a tougher one to get, but all these extra letters really help a lot. Record or record, label subsidy for 1 leaving native land. Record label subsidy, 1 leaving native land. So we have the 1 leaving. What's the 1 leaving? Native land is, it's either like something like country or nation. Okay, not getting that straight away. I've got some idea. Not what they're after here. Okay, let's try and get some extra letters. Leading character, Tom left the room. The person themselves. Bit misleading. Okay. Leading character, Tom left the room. What's going on here? Leading character is C. Tom left. The room. First letter might help me here. Okay, well, this is seasonal, so I'm happy now. It's a H. So we have something to help us here. Oh yeah, right, of course, this is now simple. It's amazing, I keep saying this, probably every stream, it's amazing how much the first letter helps a lot. So now it's simple with that first letter. It's trying to make it too difficult. It's really not that difficult. So it's just hidden inside. It's just, there it is, hero. And so of course if Santa, well, if it's Santa and it's 2-2, it's going to be ho-ho, of course. Must be ho-ho. And if you're doing the weeding, it's you're doing the hoeing. Let's try and get this one. Who's got big ears, a long nose, and a good memory? Big ears, long nose, and good memory. Yeah. That H threw me for a second, but... So really long nose here is the... Is it... Let's see, am I thinking of... How many letters is that? It's not in the right spot, actually. It can't be that. Can't be that. H is in the wrong spot for Pinocchio. That's what I was thinking. He's a long nose and a good memory. Question mark. So this is just going to be a obscure, thinky, different one. Would say it's obscure. Okay. Big ears. Oh, yeah, of course. Right. It's that, isn't it? Hmm. Making all the different characters. Yeah. So actually, it's the big ears that's... yeah, I was thinking of the other Disney film, wasn't I? So, of course, it must be referring to Dumbo the elephant, of course, there, with his big floppy ears. So now we have all the letters for this one. One leaving native land is... Oh, yeah, so now... Oh, right. Wow. Tough. So EMI is the record label. Okay. Yeah, I do know EMI. And then a subsidy must be the next 5 letters. And then definition is actually one leaving native land. So I thought it was one leaving native land was the wordplay, but it's actually the definition. So that's tricky. So EMI is the record label. And then a subsidy is a grant. And an immigrant is one who leaves their native land. One who wails sharper. One who wails sharper. Sharper is... Sharper is keener, is keeper. If you wail, you scream, you shout, you cry. Okay. Am I getting that one? Rushed around, caught, and dived. Rushed around, caught. Caught could be CT. Rushed around. No, not sure here either. Radar, for instance, madam. This must be where Python Michael lands. Two question marks. Radar, for instance, as in an example of that, madam. This must be where Python Michael lands. I don't know what that means. Starts with a P, but that does not help me at the moment. No idea there. Alright, I have this one though. Okay, so that's an L. 13 down? Yep, nice. I've got no idea, but I'm getting other letters, of course. So, Atlas, so bewildered. So, bewildered, that's another anagram indicator. Things are just bewildered, they're just not in the right spot. And well, Atlas, so 7 letters. So, this is looking promising. And if you're bewildered, if you're confused, if you're at sea, if you're not sure, you are at a loss, of course. Let's keep going down here. This is nice, double clue. Okay. So, an exotic dancer, and also something that removes pain. Yep. There's every other letter. Another few moments, and we'll fill in the rest. So of course we're talking about a type of a dancer, removing paint, being of course a stripper. Because it's paint stripper, and also a stripper is an exotic dancer. What about, say, this one? Hinder progress of my site construction. Yep, happy with this. So construction, and well, my site has 6 letters, so once again, another anagram. Nice little word, not something that you use all the time. It's the first letter. Of course, if you hinder progress, you stymie or stymie. So a little tricky word there, but 6 letters, very gettable. This acronym involves naming the stains. Well, acronym, we've seen this already before. Just maybe half an hour ago or an hour ago. So I'll just give people 10 seconds and then we can move right along. Really not difficult, this one. So I'm sure we all know what acronyms are. Acronyms are just first letters. And well, here we go. T-A-I-N-T-S. So taints. It's all about naming stains. Scotland's patron named Street and Half Reward. Well, 2 is going to be, it's going to be a saint, isn't it? Patron saint. So it's going to be what's it going to be? So named Street. Oh yeah, right. Yeah. Okay, have it now. So Scotland's patron, definition, named, so get the answer from Street, ST, 2 letters, so that's fairly simple, I think. And then you've got and half a reward. Well, don't think you can get a name from Andord, but what about maybe Andrew? So it's an Andrew. And this one, tool for stage compare known as Mike. Well, this just must be what we all think it is. Someone who's on stage uses this, of course, to project their voice. And if we call it a mic, of course, we don't usually see it spelled M-I-K-E. We usually see it spelled M-I-C, because of course it's a microphone. And now we have all of these other letters. So what is this one then? Radar, for instance, madam. That's where Python Michael is. I've got no idea what Python Michael is referring to, but we'll work out what the answer is with the letters. Yeah, a lot of other people have worked it out earlier. I had not, and I'm trying to work out what it could be here. That's why I'm not going to get it. But I mean, this fits, right? There you go. If in doubt, just try words. Oh, previous crossword. Yeah, no, I must not remember that. Is it Palin? Someone Palin? All I know is John Cleese. That's the only one I know. But I know there's like 4 or 5 in the Monty Python group. Just not big into that. Yep, Palin. That rings a vague bell. Yep, maybe I have to look at that more off stream. So I don't know how the rest of this works. But maybe is it Michael Palin? Oh, Monty Python member Michael. And it's a drone. Okay. I kind of understand now how it works. Yep. So, rushed around, caught and dived. Radar madam. Okay. Rushed around, caught. And dived. So rush is to speed. Should go fast. Around caught. And dived. I mean, is an S. I've got a word, but I'm not convinced. How does the wordplay work then? And I don't know this one either. So these two are not easy for me. But the act. As in catching something. I mean, I had swooned in my mind, but... Oh, to caught. Yeah, so it is swoon, right? No, it's not. Swoon? Why do I think have swoon in my head? Close. Yeah, I reckon I am. Like swoon was in my head. Hang on. Because it's woo, isn't it? Woo is to like woo someone, right? Bugger. Oh yes, right. Thank you. Very good. Woo is there. Sped. Rushed around caught. Yeah. So sped around woo. Yeah. So you just got to work out what again. Caught. Lovely word there. Yep. Fantastic. All right. Happy there. Now the last one. One who wails. Sharper. Sharper. Sharper is Keener is keeper is something like that, I'm thinking. Wales is cries is. I mean, I can just start. Didn't know it meant one who wails. I mean, short of just starting to guess some words here. Yeah. Sharper being keener, or what else could it be? Yeah, keener, yeah. I mean, that's what yeah. So, keener. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, and of course we can do this. Done all three, nice. I'm just gonna have a look at keener.
Keener.
Person who wails or sings in grief for a dead person. There you go. For example, a team of 5 keeners was hired to cry on the way to escort their father to the crematorium. So it's to do with sort of death. Yeah. To keen for one who's lost. Yep, exactly. It also means informally a person who is extremely eager, zealous, or enthusiastic. Okay. To keen for one who's lost. Yep. And then yeah, so woo and then sped. Yep. And swooped is to die. Okay. I also want to have a look at this because has anyone ever heard of this? Vichy. I've never in my life, 30 something years, never heard of this phrase at all, ever. I didn't know this was a thing. Oh. Yep, so it is a natural mineral water from springs at Vichy in France. That's why. It's named after the location. How do you say it now is the question. Vichy, or Vichy. The government of France after Germany defeated and occupied at the beginning of World War II. Vichy, the capital, is a small city in central France. There you go. The Vichy government was essentially a puppet of the Germans. Okay. So Vichy, or Vichy. So yeah, even with getting 5 or 10 letters, like the last 5 was just a word was not coming to me there. I just had really no idea on that at all. So there you go. All right. So probably the hardest of the 3 that we did, but still not too bad. A couple of crossing letters always helps. But yeah, that's going to do it for me. I've done 3 and I'm going to head off shortly. So this is my last cryptic for this year. I think I've done 13, which is amazing. So thank you everyone for all your support. It's amazing to have people coming back week in, week out, and to contribute in the chat and to watch VODs later on. So I appreciate all the support. Thank you to everyone who's followed, and thank you especially to my subs, Tomo, and others. So I really appreciate all that support. I'm going to take some time off Christmas and New Year. I was thinking about streaming next week, but I'm just going to take some time off, I think, because it's just been one of those years, right? We've all experienced, hardships, I'm sure. And now that in Melbourne, Australia, where I am, we can start to, mingle and get out and about. I'm going to take the opportunity to just relax and, spend time with family and friends. So I'm going to take a couple of weeks off for Christmas and New Year, and I plan to be back on the 8th, Friday the 8th of January, 11 PM my time. That's UTC plus 11. So whatever that translates to in your part of the world. So this is my last cryptic stream, and I will be doing Terraforming Mars one more time tomorrow night. And then that will be it for streaming for me for this year. But I'll be around the traps. I'm going to work on something for channel points because I haven't done a lot for that. And I'm probably also going to get a Twitter set up just so I can let people know in advance if things change, etc. I didn't really sort of know what time I'd start tonight until a few hours ago because I didn't know when I'd finish work. But so I'm going to leave it there. Thanks everyone. No worries, Kieran. Glad you enjoyed it. Thanks everyone for joining for this stream. Thank you, Lise, Rosanna, Mental Playground, Tomo, Kieran. Thanks everyone for watching, for chatting, for lurking. Thank you. Same to you, and to all my cryptic people. Wish you a very Merry Christmas and a happy and safe New Year to you and your families. And I'll see you all in the new year with more Clue Conundrums and more cryptics. And if you want to get in touch, please do so. I'm more than happy to collaborate on clues and crypticking and all sorts of stuff. So no worries, Mental Playground. Thank you, and same to you. Thank you very much. And I'll catch everyone next year. Until then, stay safe, be merry, look after each other, and more cryptics coming next year. Check out. See you then.